Yo, what's good, everybody? Just a few minutes ago, the postseason program dropped once again. We have the NLCS and ALCS cards in this program, and it is a really good one. SDS has kind of outdone themselves today. So the first card that we're talking about is Jonathan Loaisiga, and he looks pretty solid right off the bat. 116 hits per 9, 94 Ks per 9, and 108 walks per 9. Those are the hits per 9 and walks per 9 that we kind of want. He's still a slightly below average reliever when it comes to those things because we've been getting so many great relievers recently. However, he does have a great pitch mix. He's got a sinker, slurve, circle change, fastball, and slider. And the beautiful part about Loaisiga is that he has outlier on that sinker. He doesn't really have the speed differentials on his pitches, so it might be a great pitch mix, but he doesn't really have too many differing speeds. They're just kind of two speeds. Loaisiga is definitely a guy I want to try out, but he's sadly not a guy I have high hopes for. The first throwback card is this 97 Michael Brantley from 2020. 115 contact right, 110 contact left, 90 power right, 86 power left. He's got 83 fielding and 39 speed. That 39 speed basically kills all the value of this card. He doesn't have a ton of power either. All in all, he's a 97 outfielder. You're probably not using him. At 165 points, you can get this 98 Brandon Drury, which is actually a pretty decent card overall. 100 contact right, 111 contact left, 102 power right, and 115 power left. Those are pretty decent numbers. Again, you have a ton of really good players at all these positions, but Brandon Drury does bring value because he plays first, second, third, left, and right. He's got decent fielding at 77 and an 84 reaction. He doesn't have any speed, but that's okay. You're probably not playing him in the outfield anyway. Brandon Drury, to me, is not a bad card by any means, but you're really not using him unless you're using him as a pinch hitter versus lefties. The next flashback card is this 98 2020 postseason Max Muncy. And unfortunately, this Max Muncy is quite disappointing. 82 contact right and 90 contact left, just doesn't play. He doesn't have any defense. He doesn't have any speed. I had kind of high-ish hopes for this card because I really do love Max Muncy's swing. Unfortunately, he's really just not playable. Josh Bell is a switch-hitting first baseman that plays the corner outfield positions. You're never putting him at the corner outfield with that 47 speed and that 50 arm. That arm is atrocious. His hitting stats are not bad, but they're nothing to write home about. Sadly, you're not really using Josh Bell. I would have loved to have seen a 99 Josh Bell because I do love his swing when I use him in BR, but all in all, this card is definitely not making your rank squad. We were this close to getting a really good Oswaldo Cabrera. He is a switch hitter. He plays every infield position and left and right field. The only place you can't play him is at catcher and center field. He really has incredible diamond defense with 93 fielding, a 90 arm, and a 95 reaction. 83 speed, plays anywhere on the field. The only issue is that his numbers versus lefties are really bad. 97 contact left and 92 power left really don't play at all. His 110 contact right and his 106 power right, pretty solid. Nothing amazing, nothing incredible, but man, a 99 version of this card I believe would have been absolutely incredible, but this one is good for what it is. And now we reach a really good card. It's Brusdar Graterol. 123 hits per 9, 107 Ks per 9, and 98 walks per 9. He's got a sinker, slider, fastball, and cutter. He has outlier on that sinker, and he's got the pitches that you really want. There is a little bit of an issue with this Graterol card, and that is the complete and utter lack of speed differentials. And it really does take away a little from this card, but having used this last year when it came out, I know that this card is absolutely incredible. So don't get turned off by the lack of the speed differentials. Graterol is actually going to be a really good card. He basically stayed in people's bullpens until the end of the year. And Joe Musgrove is our first 99. 112 hits per 9, 91 Ks per 9, and 104 walks per 9. Joe Musgrove has the pitch mix that we're all searching for. He's got a fastball, he's got a cutter, he's got a slider, he's got a curveball, and a sinker. I am very, very interested in using this card, but I gotta be honest, on paper, it has some issues. And once again, we go back to that speed differential. He's got 95 miles an hour on the fastball, 92 on the cutter, 94 on the sinker. They all kind of go the same speed, and then he has the slider and the curveball that also goes about 10 miles an hour slower. So with only 2 speed differentials, unfortunately, I don't think Joe Musgrove plays very well. I hope that I'm wrong because I love Musgrove and we've had some really great cards of him in the past. The next 99 overall is Anthony Rizzo. He's got 117 contact right and 113 power right, which is really great, and you could definitely use him as a bench bat, though there's a ton of really great first basemen. With him playing no secondary positions and his lefty numbers being 96 contact left and 109 power left, I really don't see a good reason to use Anthony Rizzo, unfortunately, unless you really, really love his swing and you want to use him as a bench bat versus righties. And Gerrit Cole is hot garbage. I don't even really want to talk about this card. There's nothing really redeeming about it. A 99 overall that has 106 hits per 9 and 95 walks per 9. There's no reason to really use that type of card unless his pitch mix is incredible, and his pitch mix absolutely sucks. He doesn't have any speed differentials. He doesn't have outlier. There's nothing that really makes Gerrit Cole stand out. There's no reason to use him in this game. Trent Grisham is kind of fun. I was a lot more excited about this card, but 95 contact left and 101 power left really doesn't play very well. However, the rest of this Grisham card is pretty incredible. 95 fielding, 97 reaction, and an 89 arm with 87 speed. That is pretty much perfect diamond numbers that you want out there in the field. And he's got an incredible 113 contact right and 115 power right. Grisham is not a bad card by any means. He's a guy that I don't blame you for rolling out there. The only issue is that his numbers versus lefties are pretty atrocious at this point in the year. And there's a ton of great outfielders in the game. Now, the next 3 cards are pretty exciting. And the first one is going to be Josh Hader. And Josh Hader has a weird pitch mix. He has no speed differentials, but for whatever damn reason, Josh Hader always ends up working in this game. He's a great lefty reliever that we don't have a ton of great lefty relievers. 125 hits per 9, 125 Ks per 9, and 82 walks per 9. 82 walks per 9 is really kind of bad. His par is going to be a lot bigger than you want. But I still think that Josh Hader is going to work. He's got that 2-seam fastball. He's got a slider. He's got the circle change. And then he's got another fastball. Now, I know I've been talking about speed differentials a lot on this video, but for relievers, it matters a little less. I probably should have mentioned that for Brusdar. Now, obviously, if you can get a reliever with good speed differentials, that's going to make a world of difference, but not a lot of them actually have any of those. Josh Hader has the outlier on the 2-seam fastball. I believe he's the only pitcher in the game that has an outlier on his 2-seamer. So Josh Hader's 2-seamer kind of functions as a sinker to an extent. It's not quite as good as a sinker, but it is damn close, and that's why I really like this Josh Hader card. With that being his primary pitch, he's sneaky good. And the best throwback card that we are getting is this Eddie Rosario from last year. And last year we had a ton of incredible postseason cards that I personally really loved. But I'm going to be honest, I think my absolute favorite was this Eddie Rosario card. 125 contact right, 125 contact left, 120 power right, and 113 power left. Kike was favored by a ton of people last year, but for me personally, I hit better with Eddie Rosario. Those hitting stats are absolutely nasty, and he's got an incredible swing. Yes, he only has 55 speed in the outfield, but honestly, he more than makes up for it with all the hitting that he does. That's for me personally. If you want to just bring him off the bench, I don't blame you for that either. He's got 85 fielding, he's got an 87 arm and 89 reaction, so that kind of makes up for the speed a little bit. Eddie Rosario is a beast of a card. And our final 99 is this Harrison Bader card, and this Harrison Bader card is kind of filthy. His hitting stats are 121 contact right, 104 contact left, 115 power right, and 93 power left. Those are really solid numbers. His lefty attributes are lacking a little bit, but realistically, we can get away with playing 104 contact left and 93 power left. When you get him to P5, he's going to have maxed out fielding, arm, reaction, and speed. Harrison Bader is going to be a disgusting card, and I am so excited to try this one out. So that's the new postseason program, the new ALCS and NLCS cards. I'm really excited about a bunch of them. Some of them were a little bit disappointing, I'm not gonna lie to you, but Eddie Rosario, Harrison Bader, Josh Hader, even Trent Grisham, these are guys that I'm really looking forward to using. I really cannot wait. If you enjoyed this content, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, it helps out a ton, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend.